International Cure presents a trilogy on pretrial detention, the problems, solutions, what you can do. The dictionary says justice is treatment that is morally right or fair and shows a genuine respect for people. Morally right. Fair. Respect. In February of 2011, Abuja, Nigeria was the venue of a call to action by activists from 25 countries. Leaders in the fight for justice met to lay out the reality of deplorable and inhumane prison conditions and the rampant violations of human rights that affect prisoners, millions of whom have not been convicted of a crime. Among the violations of human dignity discussed by the gathered leaders were that millions of detainees spent many months, often years, in detention awaiting trial. The average duration of pretrial detention in the European Union is over 150 days. In Nigeria, it is estimated to be over 3 years. It is also estimated that if Bangladesh prisons accepted no more prisoners, it would take 20 years to provide trials for those presently incarcerated. The vast majority of pretrial detainees in developing and developed countries alike are poor, often desperately so. The old adage, "you are guilty until proven rich," stems from the astounding fact that poor people rarely have access to counsel. Lawyers and paralegals are often in short supply and often are able to work only for those who pay them. In many countries, there are 2 to 4 times more prisoners than the design capacity of the prison system. Because of the number of people awaiting trial, pretrial holding cells tend to be especially overcrowded. Many pretrial detainees spend 24 hours a day in cramped, disease-infested cells. AIDS is a serious killer among the imprisoned. Often detainees who contract AIDS in pretrial detention take the disease back to their communities. Because of the overcrowding, fights break out and gangs have time to establish, which makes the jobs of correction officers more difficult. Security forces often beat and abuse detainees and prisoners, and space and meals is only provided for those who can afford a bribe. Solitary confinement is used excessively and often for extended periods of time for people who have not been convicted of any crime. Violations in human dignity resulting from pretrial detention include months or years awaiting trial, guilty until proven rich, too few lawyers or paralegals, overcrowded detention cells, poor sanitation and disease, gangs, beatings and other abuse, solitary confinement. The dictionary says justice is treatment that is morally right or fair and shows a genuine respect for people. Morally right. Fair. Respect. For more information on the problems of pretrial detention, visit these websites and view Part 2, the solutions, and Part 3, what you can do.